got an update on Greg Olsen and his son TJ Olsen. He had a successful heart transplant, Mario. And the donor was found on Friday. As Greg announced on social media, and the news came 8 days after his son TJ was placed on the transplant list. Um, and I'll read that to you guys. It says, and I quote, "Day 8 today is a day of mixed emotions. The day we have prayed for has arrived. We were alerted last night that there was a donor match for TJ to receive his heart transplant. Walking our little boy with tears of hope and fear in our eyes was one of the toughest moments of our lives. We asked for everyone's prayers and TJ and his amazing team of doctors and nurses. TJ has a long road ahead of him, but today is a huge step forward. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for the outpouring of support through this entire journey, the Olsen family." Um, and TJ has had heart problems ever since his birth, Mario. He was born in 2012, so he's only like 8, 9 years old. He was born with a heart defect, which required 4 surgeries and 3 open heart procedures and an installation of a pacemaker. So he's had heart issues for quite a while now, and it's very unfortunate. Um, but Greg and his wife Kara began the Heart Test Yard initiative to help less fortunate families going through similar issues they have had, in which he has donated millions, as well as the building at Levine Children's Hospital in Charlotte, known as the Heart Test Yard Congenital Heart Center. And yeah, Mario, he actually posted a video on social media as well. His son, he reached out to everybody who reached out to him, which is pretty cool. The Panthers paid tribute to him as well. Because TJ's favorite color is green, and what he ended up lighting up outside of the stadium in green because that's his favorite color. Which looked a little weird because Bank of America Stadium is a sea of blue, but it's a pretty cool tribute. Um, so I'll start off with this first, but before I do, the sources was David Newton, who was the ESPN staff writer. So first of all, I'm glad everything went well. I know we talk about a lot of bad things on here, but it's just so good to report on something good. It really is. Um, Now I gotta shout out, the donor. I gotta shout him out too. You can't forget about that. That's a very scary yet brave thing to do. Sometimes in life we're told that we all have to make sacrifices, and he made a pretty good one. So I do wish him the best of luck as well. Um, it's just unfortunate that he's just a kid, and that he has heart problems. It really is, but at least looks like everything seems to be under control. Doctors did a really good job, so I do salute them on that as well. Um, so yeah, there's really not much else for me to say here. I do wish Greg Olsen, TJ, and his family the best of luck. I'm glad everything went well, and I'm glad that he pulled through. That's some very great news, and I'm very thankful to hear that. Um, and yeah, continue to be strong, man. We're all
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm happy that TJ got a donor and he had a successful heart transplant. That's obviously some good news, and I hope that, and I do wish him the best of luck as his life continues. And because again, kids don't deserve to go through this, but again, TJ, I'm gonna say this, TJ is a fighter and he really did fight, and it looks like right now
absolutely.
it's some good positive news. And one thing for sure is this, Nate. Okay, Greg Olson is such a good guy. He's done so many good things for so many good people. And I do believe good things happen to good people. So, and this is a good thing that happened to Greg Olson, and Greg Olson's a good person. So, and the other thing is too, Greg Olson also gives back. So that's what I believe this world should be. If you're a good person, I do believe good things will come to you. But at the same time, okay, give good things back to others, okay, and keep that flow of goodness. Just keep that going, okay, because that's what we all need. There's so much. We talk about so many bad topics. So many people who do so many bad things. And we're tired of talking about those topics. I'm glad that we have a topic that is actually good news for once, Nate. Which is TJ Olson having a successful heart transplant. So to people watching, if you're a good person, I do believe good things will come to you. That a lot of people say good things don't happen to good people, but I just don't think that's true. I think that the people who are selfish, okay, I think that the people who are selfish and only think about themselves, and the people who end up doing bad things, I think that at the moment it looks good for them sometimes, but then in the future it really does mess with them, because at the same time you're creating enemies. And that's something that we shouldn't be doing in this world. We shouldn't be creating enemies. So I am happy that TJ Olson had this heart transplant and it was successful. And I do wish him the best of luck. Again, he's been a fighter and he's had so much support from a lot of people, including us. Look, Greg Olson's a good person. Again, his family they're good people, especially like obviously his kids. I believe they're like obviously his wife and and him, obviously they're part of that artist foundation, but I think overall they're good people. And I believe good things happen to good people. And this is a completely perfect example. So for people out there, look, just be kind to one another, be a good person, you know? It doesn't have to be anything like huge, you know, it could be something small as holding the door for somebody. Be a good person. All right. Because if you're a good person, I do believe good will come back to you. All right. And if everybody just continues doing good things, and then again, we could just, again, it's just a flow of goodness that just keeps on going. And, you know, it just makes the world a better place. So for that being said, there's one lesson I got to teach everybody is be a good person, you know? And as for TJ, you know, again, I'm happy that he had his successful heart transplant. I do wish him the best of luck in the future. And yeah, Nate, this is some pretty happy news. I'm glad that we got to talk about it.